Hi there, I'm Joanne. In December of 2025, I posted a video about retiring and where to retire. And I compared Nicaragua to Costa Rica. And I wanted to follow up because if you are considering Nicaragua as your place for retirement, whether it be full-time or part-time, I wanted to discuss residency with you. We're not talking about citizenship here, we're talking about residency. So what does residency give to a person? If somebody is a resident of Nicaragua, they have a few more privileges than, say, the people who are here on a tourist visa. For one, you don't have to leave every 90 days to update your visa. You can stay for an extended period of time. For two, you can open bank accounts, which makes it a lot easier to be here and things flow a lot smoother. And three, if you purchase a vehicle, you can register it in your own name and have insurance and not have to rely on others to do that for you. So I think those are some pretty good reasons why one would want to have residency here as opposed to just being here on a short tourist visa. There are different types of residency. Currently, I am on an investor residency, inversionista residency. But what we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about residencies for retirees and rentiers. As we go through this, I want you to remember that I am not a lawyer and I am only speaking about this from my own personal experience because I've been through this process a few times under a few different categories. Just know that everybody's situation is different and sometimes the laws and the rules change and every situation is different. So when I talk to you about this, please use it as more of a guideline and not as the word of the law. And if you have additional questions, you can always consult with the immigration office in Managua, or you can hire an immigration attorney. There are many very qualified immigration attorneys in Nicaragua. Residency is not something that you want to decide to do once you are here. This is something that you want to plan ahead of time because there are some documents that you are going to need to bring from home, and some of them have to be apostilled and some of them expire. So we are going to go through all of those documents that you are going to need and which ones expire and which ones need to be apostilled. And what is apostilled anyway? When I first read that word, I had to look it up. And what that means is that it is a process. Let's say that you have a marriage certificate. This is a process where you go to someone or send it off to someone, and this person has the authority to look at this and do some investigation and to say that the signatures and the seals and the approvals on this document are authentic. So it's a way of authenticating different documents. So some of the documents that need this apostille stamp are birth certificates, which have to be translated and apostilled, marriage certificates, and divorce certificates. Those are the ones that need the apostille. There are also some documents that have an expiry date, like police records and health certificates. The good news about that is that those things can also be obtained in Nicaragua. But let's say you get that done in your home country. That means that you are on the clock to get this processed as soon as possible once you are here in Nicaragua. And you have to apply for residency here in Nicaragua. You cannot do it from afar, but you can get prepared before you arrive. If you get your police record done here in Nicaragua, it is done by Interpol in Managua. It takes about 2 weeks to process, and there are fees along the way. The health certificate takes about 2 days to process. There's several steps to it, but it only takes about 2 days. And just a word that The last time I did this, I was asked for my vaccination records for COVID, so just so that you know that ahead of time. One also needs to show proof of income. So let's say that you are a retiree. So if you are a retiree, you are going to need some sort of document from wherever you get your pension from, stating that you are a pensioner and that you get this amount every month, either sent to you or deposited into your bank account. The same as for a rentier. And when I say the word rentier, I think of people who have like a trust fund, or they have some sort of other income coming into them, but it's done like either monthly or yearly, usually monthly, and you will need some sort of statement like that to say that you receive these funds on a whatever timely basis. This cannot be just one big lump sum of money. These are predictable payments that come in at regular intervals to show the people of Nicaragua that you have an income and that you are not going to be relying on the Nicaraguan system to support you. The minimal financial requirement is $1,000 per month for just you. If you have any dependents, it's $250 per dependent per month. So you have to add that on to the $1,000. As for the length of the residencies, there's two types. One is the provisional, which is a 1-year residency. The other is permanent, but it's not permanent. It's called permanent, and it's a 5-year residency. The 1 year cost $250 or the equivalent in Cordobas, and the 5-year cost $500 or the equivalent in Cordobas. My suggestion is that you try to go for the 5-year one. They may not give it to you, but I would at least request that at the very beginning, especially for retirees, because usually for retirees, not much changes in their, or rentiers for that matter, not much changes in their income. It's usually very stable and very predictable. The other thing to note that whether you get a 1-year or a 5-year, you do have to check in every 6 months with immigration. They want to make sure that you are living in the place that you say that you're living in, and that you know that you just haven't disappeared and are not checking in with them any longer. So yes, whether it's a 1-year or a 5-year, you have to check in with immigration every 6 months. The good news is that you do not have to go to the capital of Managua to do the check-in. There are many different offices all over Nicaragua where you can check in. There are several other things that you are going to need. One is your passport, and you're going to need photocopies of the picture page in your passport, and also photocopies of your entry stamp into Nicaragua. You will need 2 passport size photos, and again, it's like passport style where you don't have glasses on and you're not smiling and it's got a white background. Many of the photographers around, they are very familiar with this style of photography. And you're also going to need a letter, just a short letter requesting permission for residency. If you would like a checklist and a booklet to keep you organized throughout this process, I have put one together for you, and it even has the verbiage for the letter to request residency. There is a cost for this. It's $5.99 US, and this money helps to support the channel, and it helps me to keep making videos like this to help you. This video concentrated on retirees and rentiers, or pensionados and rentistas, but there are other categories such as the one that I am under right now, and that is the investors. So if you would like information on an investor's residency, the requirements for that, I'm happy to do one. Just leave some comments underneath the video, and I will work on one of those for you. Thank you for watching. Remember to hit like and share this with your friends.